Hey guys, Eagle Trading, welcome back. Crazy day in the market. We've been talking about a little bit more inclined to short the rallies than buy the dips lately. You have to be patient though, and I'm using bar charts here just for purposes of clarity on price points and whatnot. Support on SPY is right around 306 and change. We had a big move through a channel up and down, and we just couldn't get above it intraday on SPY as it started descending. And you can see right from the get-go opened up, and that was pretty much it for the day. And it started to create some shape, so we started to draw some charts, and this candle here was important. And this last candle here was kind of the one that gave us the last break before intensity. Then we started to change shape to more of a downward trajectory candle. And you can kind of see the price points here hitting. They even sold it ahead of that one. They don't even want to wait. And then we pushed through lows of the day. They bought this candle up here pretty strong though, because we said the support's right around 306 and change. So they bought the heck out of that one and brought that one back up. Once again, bar charts we're just using here. Interesting thing is if you look at TVIX, so if we look at it like a 3-day chart on SPY, we are well below last 2 days, obviously, well below. I mean, the low yesterday was what, 309 and change, and we are what, 307 now, but we got as low as 306, so well below that. Yet if you look at something like TVIX, which isn't my favorite, you can't even get above. It's great if you have, I'm buying it today when it broke above 149.90. It's great, but I'm already out of it. It's great when you have, hang on, let's take a look here today. It's great when you have the channels on the SPY and you can buy and sell TVIX, but we're so much lower than yesterday, yet we can't even get above yesterday's high on TVIX. So it's obviously losing energy as we grind lower in the market. It's just not keeping up. In fact, it can't even get above not even close to the high that it had 3 days ago, where the market is well below that area right now intraday. Gold's been looking kind of weak, so we waited for a setup in JDST, and now you can see JDST. Let's see here. I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit. JDST, which is the inverse of JNUG, has a little bit of an interesting pattern here. And we were trading this, and now that I look at it, I left some money on the table. We had 1,500 shares, but we bought it after this started to change shape. So we're negative on GDXJ, and you can see after this started to sell off, we kind of waited, and then it bounced, and then pulled back, and then it bounced, and then shot up, and then it bounced. So we took the pivot candle from here, touched it along here and here, and you can see intraday how we create our little channels. We started to wedge, and this move we didn't catch, but this move back from the low to here, I bought that move and set my stop down at 2065, and then caught the move up here. It didn't sell, and once we fell back down again along here, I just moved my stop up to 2093. Then we broke the wedge, and I actually sold at 2133, and I left some money on the table here as we're pushing higher. We're probably going to hit that 2173. I just don't want to chase it there. So another interesting move there as gold starts to sell off. Now I'm getting pissed off watching that one. Crazy moves in some of the IPOs. I mean, opening up, rocketing higher, and then like FMTX. Like we literally you had to trade FMTX. Look at this move. Opens up, gets a little squirrely, and then literally rockets from, let's look at the intraday. Literally rockets from the little bull flag wedge that it created right here. You have to kind of watch and see what they do. Bounce, and then we're building like a little bit of a channel, but as soon as it broke 43, it rockets up to 47. And what does it do? It breaks down to the low of the day. And then we have to create like another wedge pattern. You can't use stops because if you bought on the wedge here at 48.80, it fires up to, or 38.80, it fires up to 40. And then it pulls back to 37.50. So just madness in the market as usual. Crazy market. Let's take a look at SPY. So SPY on the 1 year is now lost momentum channel. Remember we said under 310 the bears are in control. So bear with me here. Remember, these are little channels that are holding over from intraday. So once again, we're just going to use little Mickey Mouse bar charts for clarity. But you can see we needed to hold the momentum channel line, which was 311.80. We literally closed right above there yesterday, and then we gave it up today. And now we're inside the momentum channel, but we lost the top end of it. And now we're probably heading down to the lower end of our wider channel here, which depending on the time frame probably puts us, I don't know, 303, 304. But once again, doesn't mean the market's broken. No, it means that you're getting exchanging of energy here between weak hands and people that want to get in the market. Right now, it appears obviously with the shift that we've seen at 3010 that the sellers have the upper hand. Doesn't mean anything until we break this yellow channel line and remain under there for a day or two, I'd say. Then you're probably going to go test the sideways line, which could be back around 295, 296, depending on the time frame again. So we'll let it play out. Markets are very volatile intraday. You could have a big run at the end of the day and change the closing parameters that we look at. But you can kind of see what the kind of stuff I'm looking at intraday here. And if JDST is above 3170, I'm going to lose it. Or 2170, oh Lord of mercy. Talk about leaving money on the table. Look at that. Ouch. Patience, Henry, patience. Let's see if it stops here. We're going to watch this in real time and then we'll end this. Look at that move. So now, could we switch over to JNUG and buy some here? You know? Is this going to run out of gas right in here? It could. If it pushes through there, it's going to go to the VWAP, which is 2185, but this might be a good place to get into some JNUG here, because JNUG should hold this little pivot area. So you can see even JNUG broke the bear wedge, and now JNUG's probably holding. So maybe we buy a little bit of JNUG here. Although I'm still kind of negative on GDXJ, but you could get a bounce in JNUG here somewhere along the trend line. It's an interesting day today. Madness as usual, but the most important thing is that TVIX is great if you use it for your little bounces and know your parameters on and your trading channels on SPY, but don't go chasing TVIX.